Okay, guys, is this better? Tell me if this is better. I'll wait for you guys to find it back on. I will wait for you guys to jump back on and find it. I'm sorry for my connection. I don't know. It has to be on my end. Okay, better, Brooke? Great. I'm going to start over since we just got into it because I don't want to, I want you guys to interact. I want you guys to engage. I want you guys to feel the vibe that I'm talking about tonight because this is not a typical recruiting conversation. So much better. Great. Okay. Thank you, Reagan, for letting me know early. Becca, for letting me know early and not halfway through the thing and I'm talking to myself, right? Okay. So I want you guys to engage. When I say give me a thumbs up, if something, give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. If it's something, give me, I want you guys to engage because like I said in the beginning of the live, if you caught it, that I want you to feel like I'm sitting in your living room talking with you. Like we're having a discussion. I'm not talking at you and I'm not even talking with you. We're having a conversation. Okay, so recruiting is about people. When we remove ourselves, when we remove Rihanna and Becca and Brooke and Reagan, and when we remove Rhonda, okay, thank you, Rhonda. When we remove us out of the recruiting, we begin to understand that we hold such a powerful tool, right? I'm going to get into some actual physical tools for you, but I want to touch your mind. I want to touch your thoughts. I want to touch your heart. And I want you guys to start thinking about recruiting differently. Because when I switched my mindset to recruiting about 4 years ago, that's when my business took off because I made it not about me, which is funny that I'm saying put yourself aside, but your business takes off. That's just how this world works. I'm a believer, and the Bible says, refresh others, and in turn you will be refreshed. If you're not a believer, that's fine. You could call it karma. You could call it whatever you want, but that's what it is. So for me, when I began to think about what is this recruiting? What is it? And what does it mean? What does it look like? When we leave our house, some of you guys may have caught this on the other live, the part 1 that I did. When you leave your house and you begin to take your blinders off and the scales off your eyes and you walk into Target and you realize that cashier has a story. When you realize that mom with 4 kids screaming in the aisle has a story. When you realize that woman that won't look you dead in your eyes has a story. When you begin to see people through the eyes of a selfless a demeanor, you begin to realize that we are responsible for offering this opportunity to so many people. We are put here for a reason. We are in Scentsy for a reason, right? It was not a coincidence that you met whoever your sponsor was. It wasn't a coincidence. Imagine if that sponsor never talked to you about Scentsy. Where would your life be? What would you be missing? What would you be lacking? The same thing for those people in Target. The same thing for those people that are sitting at the car wash or the waitress. That's the same thing. Right? Have you guys ever walked into a Target and seen maybe somebody, a woman that looked, like bothered or looked upset or looked shy or looked timid or looked, have you? I have. When I started thinking about that, I go in and I'm like, I look at women and I'm just like, Scentsy could help her. She looks sad, or she looks lonely, or she looks happy, or she looks like that's our community. And that's what we offer. First and foremost, because we don't know people's financial situation, but I know for sure that Scentsy offers a strong community that would support all of these men and women in their life that they're in right now. It's okay, Becca. This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm starting here first with our mindset. Because once we do that, we're going to put our guards down. Because if I just jump into recruiting, then it's no different than anything that you're going to go and hear on YouTube right now. And you can probably hear it too, because we have some great speakers. If we put our guards down, and we put our our flaws that we think we have, if we throw them out the window and we begin to realize that our life is so much bigger than our own and that we've been blessed with this opportunity, then we're going to be like, hey, when I leave today, I need to be aware when I leave my house. And that's going to jump into something else that we're going to talk about in a minute. But your mindset. If you've had a negative mindset, let me ask you this. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like you're struggling with sponsoring. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like you're struggling with sponsoring, either in the comments or do the little blue thumbs up. I don't care. Just show me. Give me a heart if you feel like you're good. Okay, I see a lot of thumbs. I see a lot of thumbs. Now let me rephrase this question, because what I feel is going to change your mindset tonight, and I hope to God it does, because this is what changed the mindset of my group. Do you feel like you are struggling with sponsoring, or do you feel like you are struggling with the behaviors and the disciplines and the consistencies that lead up to sponsoring? Sponsoring isn't immediate. Sponsoring is a process. Sponsoring recruiting, same thing. Recruiting and sponsoring is sometimes planting seeds. Sometimes we are saying, oh God, I'm struggling with sponsoring, yet you planted no seeds to harvest. Or you planted one seed and then you go back in 2 days and be like, oh, it didn't sprout. You're new to Scentsy, Abigail. You are in the right place at the right time, sister, because let me tell you this. The faster you start recruiting, the faster your business is going to grow, and the wider your bench. When you say wide bench, that means people that sign up under you. Your business is going to grow so strong and so fast. I applaud you for being on this live, because you could be like, oh, I'm new. I don't know. I don't want to do that, or I don't need to know. Yes, you do. If you want longevity in this business, you need to build a team, because that's going to keep you going even when you feel like you want to quit, because you're going to be like, I have a whole team in back of me that needs me. Okay, so congratulations on being here tonight, Abigail. So let me hear you. Do you guys feel like after that question is rephrased, do you guys feel like you really struggle with sponsoring, or are you struggling with the consistent behaviors and discipline that lead up to sponsoring? Are you having your whole pouch full of seeds, walking around with them, not planting anything, and then turning around and saying, gosh, I can't sponsor? It's okay. It's okay either way. I'm not judging you. I'm here. We're talking. We're going to have some heart to heart tonight. Do you guys feel like you have trouble sponsoring, or are you lacking the consistency of the behaviors that lead up to sponsoring? I'll wait. You plant seeds but rarely get anyone to join. Good. I want to talk about that in a second, because I have somebody that just told me that recently in my own group, and then I'm gonna probe you a little bit. It's a good thing. Thank you for answering, Reagan. Does anybody else? You're lacking because you're scared. Brooke, okay. That's an honest answer, and I appreciate your honesty. And we'll talk about that. Anybody else want to say? And those of you who don't know me, by the way, I'm not mean. I may seem really like in your face because I'm passionate about recruiting and sponsoring. And I don't say this boastingly, but I hit annual mentor every year since I've joined. And I'm passionate about changing people's lives. And I know it can be done if you're consistent and you have the heart behind it and you put yourself aside. I know it can be done. And I know that there's a no ceiling type of income. So just don't think I'm mean. I'm just straightforward, and I don't sugarcoat anything because there's no time to sugarcoat for me. I don't have time for that. And neither do you. You feel like when you're consistent, you don't get bites, so then you start backing off and losing consistency. Okay? Talk about that. Plant, not the best at pushing. We don't want to push. We don't need to push. This is a blessing. We don't need to push. We don't need to convince. We don't need to coerce. We don't need to bribe. We don't need to do any of that, right? Thank you, Reagan. We're going to talk about that. Thank you guys for your honesty. 100% appreciate that. So hearing that, I'm assuming that you're not very confident. Either you're not confident in sponsoring. That's why somebody said they're scared, right? Maybe you don't know how to approach people. Maybe you don't know how to follow up with people. Do those two things push some buttons for you guys? You don't know how to follow up, or you don't know how to approach? Maybe follow up. Okay. Yeah, I think so too, Rhonda. I wouldn't take you as a pushing type of person just because you're on here, period. Because, by the way, let me put this for free. Know-it-alls don't watch trainings. So I'm assuming none of you guys are know-it-alls. Know-it-alls, they think they know it all and they stay stuck. So don't ever be a know-it-all. Please, for the love of God. That was free. All right. So it's either, right? You're scared. You don't know how to approach people. Let's start there. And I have notes. I have notes right here, you guys, but I'm kind of like I said, I want to feel your vibe. So keep talking to me because I'm going to keep answering you and keep telling you how to overcome that. For the one that says you're scared, this is where it comes time to remove yourself from the equation. We're all scared. The first times we do some things, when I first started stepping out and doing the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about right now, it was awkward. It was uncomfortable. It made me, I fumbled over words. It made me like, oh gosh, like, you have to remove yourself out of the equation. Who was it? I want to address you by name that said you're scared. Brooke. Okay. And I'm not picking on you. Please don't. If you were right in front of me, I would be talking to you face to face, Brooke, when you just said that, okay? If you are scared, you need to do it scared. And you're going to hear that over and over right now in Sensi because it's a big thing. Do it scared. I don't know what your background is. I don't know if you have anxiety. I don't know if you have all that stuff. And that's all real and it will never, ever be discounted by me. However, you will never grow unless you step outside of your fear. Tomorrow, challenge yourself and do one of the things that I'm going to talk about in a second and say, you know what, Brooke? That woman in front of me may need exactly what I have in my hand right now. Is your being scared going to trump her blessing? That's what it comes down to in all reality. That's kind of deep, right? I understand being scared. The only way to get unscared is to do the things that scare you, because then they're not going to scare you anymore. Then you're going to look back and be like, I did that. And it gives you a high. And it gives you like adrenaline when you're done talking to that person, like, oh my God, I did it. And then you can't wait for the next time. And you can't wait for the next time. And I'll give you some examples in a second. How about, let's see, I seen another one. Oh, the ones that say you're planting and you're not getting any response or people are not biting. I'm going to jump the gun a little bit because I think it's important. This is a very, very important part. Those of you who say you're planting the seeds, and those of you who said that maybe you need follow-up better. I had a girl tell me today on my team, she's been a superstar consultant for 3 years, and she has 3 frontline in 3 years. And I love this female to death. I love her. But when I asked her, you just did an event recently, right? Because she's like, I asked everybody in my circle and everybody around me and they said no. And they, I don't know what else to do. And I said, well, you just did an event recently, right? And she said, yeah. And I said, how many of them did you follow up with? Oh, I haven't yet. This was last month, you guys. Or at the beginning of the month. The first week of this is last month before Halloween. Following up is huge seed planting. I'm not talking about, oh, you asked somebody and they said no, and that's not planting seed. Asking a person, yes, you plant a seed, one little baby seed. But then you follow up. You stay in their mindset. You're not constantly asking them, do you want to join? Do you want to join? Hey, do you want to join? Do you want to join? Are you ready to join? I'm ready for you to join. No. You build a relationship with them because, again, this is not about us. It's about people. These 10 new people, these 10 new customers that this girl made at an event last week, forgot about her already. She's out of their mind. Do you understand what I mean? What do you guys have going on right now? Tell me. Do you guys have home parties going on? Do you have Facebook parties going on? Do you have bag parties going on? What do you have going on? Tell me how many new customers you have made as of the 15th. I want to know. Comment how many new customers you have made this month in the month of November, for those of you who said that you are planting seed and nobody's responding or you're not getting much feedback from it, what are you doing? What do you got going on? And I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to get in your head to really probe in to see what's going on. Becca says events till the end of the year and 2 parties. What do you got going this month, Becca? What do you have anybody new from this month that you've spoken to, new customer from this month? Mercedes, you have parties going on right now. You have only had 4 new customers so far. 4 new customers in a month is huge. Don't say only. That is huge. That's good. You're on the right track, Mercedes. Brooke, you have an online party going on right now. You just got a customer today and forgot to get her number, but got her on Facebook. Reagan, you get their info at events to be entered into a drawing and let them know if they win or not and see if they want to host a party. You're so bad with small talk, Becca. You have about 3. Rhonda has vendor shows, 5 new customers and a home party. Reagan, 2 parties and followed up with the people in the party privately to see if they would host a party. Okay. You guys just said some things that I want to talk about. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Just skipping a step. You guys have met all these new people, right? And you're immediately asking them if they want to host a party. They don't know you and they don't trust you. Right? We are taught in Sensi, it was buy, host, join. Then it was join, host, buy. How about meet, build, bless? I just made that up right now. I'm thinking in my head how I would go about building relationships with people. I think I have about 12 new customers this month, roughly, from parties. I do not jump in and say, hey, do you want to host a party? No. I say, after the event, I personally message them if I have them on Facebook. I love to have them join my Facebook VIP group. I just made that up, Becca. Can you believe it? Ding. I message them. Okay, I get all their information. I believe it was Reagan that said the same thing. Or whoever it was. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get too whatever. Get all their information. At the end of the night, I get all my stuff together, all my receipts, all my personal information, my customer information. I set it on my desk. First thing in the morning. Good morning. This is Rihanna with Sensi. It was so nice meeting you last night. Thank you so much for attending her virtual party or her home party or whatever it was, shopping from her bag party. I would love to bless you and get some goodies into your hands. Do you mind if I send you some samples or a thank you goodie bag for attending? And sometimes you give them out at the event if it's in person or if it's an event party or a home party. If it's something like that, yes, that's fine. But still, you're gonna follow up the next day because guess what? They already forgot about you because life is happening. They attended, they ordered, okay, now they're gonna wait for their stuff. You're out of their mind. They don't know you. So if you're saying, hey, I met you last night, do you want to host a party? They're going to be like, oh God, there's this annoying sales girl. No, we want to build a relationship because we are in the relationship business. That's where we separate ourselves from the other direct sales companies where they're cold messaging us. They friend request you and then they're like, hey, have you want to try some coffee? I'm like, no, I don't even know you. I don't want coffee from you. Nor do I want to wrap something around my body from somebody I've never met. Right? We have to put the personal back in this. Because of COVID, we have lost a lot of personal touch, right? We don't do the personal parties anymore, the home parties for the most part. A lot of events were shut down, so we didn't get to do face-to-face. And even in those quick interactions, we don't have their trust yet. Try that. These new people that you just met, pull back. Pull back that host asking. There'll be time for that. You cannot try to reap a harvest that's not there yet. You just planted the seed. They're new customers, right? You send them some goodies. Now you're watering that seed. Then you're going to follow up. Hey, girlfriend, just want to make sure you got the goodie bag that I sent you last week. Let me know what your favorite scent is or favorite sample is in that bag. Oh my God, thank you so much. Okay, so you're starting to build a relationship. They're going to start trusting you. You're sending them something free. You're staying in their mind, in their contact. They're probably going to save your phone number now, right? You do add everyone that orders in hopes that they see your personal family stuff and whatnot and see who I am as an... Yeah, that's good, Becca. I do the same thing, but I invite them in my VIP group first. Because if they accept that, then I have the in to get them to follow me. Because I don't want to just be adding all kinds of people. But it's up to you, because that works too. Because they will see, if they accept it and they like your personality, they'll accept, and then they'll get to see inside your life. I'm off my notes right now, so I'm kind of like, I'm like, where am I at? Okay. The new people that you meet, that we meet, we have to be better stewards of. We have to nurture them. We have to care for them. We have to get them into our life. And that's where we have to take a step back and stop being so anxious, because we want that home party this month, right? Of course, in their party group, we're like, does anybody want to host a group? I mean, host a party just like so-and-so did. And you guys, yes, that's fine. That's part of it. And you're going to get some of those that are going to say, yes, let me do that. But if we're not building that in the meantime, or in the in-between time, and we just jump the gun, then we're missing the whole personal part of it, then we're going to lose them, okay? Good, Brooke. Get personal with them. They want to see that. You're a shy weirdo, so it's hard for me to do small talk. I love shy weirdos. Some things that I say, like one of the things I say to people, because I'm an introvert, and people think just because I talk like this that I'm an extrovert and I'm a people person. I don't like people. I really don't like people. Like, I like to people from afar. Like, I don't want to people all night, and I don't want to people with a lot of people that I don't know. And I don't like to people when I'm out, but I know what my business depends on it, and their livelihood and their blessings and all that depends on it as well. I will say, like, to somebody that's at my door or whatever, they'll be like, oh, okay, thank you, you guys have a good night, when they're leaving, and it's just one person. I'll be like, okay, you guys too, and it's just one person. I say weird things because I'm just, my brain is tired of peopling, right? My brain doesn't want to people. I'm a natural hermit, and that's okay. Okay? Don't let it stop you, though, Kimberly. You can be a shy weirdo and still bless people. You can be a not people person and still bless people. We don't have the right to hold this blessing from anybody because we've been blessed. So in turn, we got to go out and bless other people, right? How about approaching people? Let's talk about that. Do you guys feel awkward approaching people? Give me a thumbs up if you feel awkward approaching people. You don't know how to talk to people. You love people. Bless your heart, Rhonda, because we need you in our world. Because if we're a bunch of people that don't love people, then that's not going to work. So we need people that love people, and then people that don't love people. That so it kind of balances. So bless you, Rhonda. We need you, girlfriend. See, Brooke? I mean, it's all the stuff, right? Reagan says she has a dream customer and party host. She's shown interest in joining, but she's reluctant to join because she's afraid she won't be able to get enough sales. You've been watering her for 6 months, and you've even tried to flip her party last and give her a free kit, but she said she's not ready. Okay, we'll talk about that. Do you guys feel comfortable approaching people? Give me a thumbs up. Do you guys feel approaching, a thumbs up? Do you guys feel confident approaching people? That way I don't even go over it if that's the case. Okay. Do you guys feel uncomfortable? Give me a thumbs up in the comments. Nope. Kimberly says. I'll wait till I see. Okay, Pamela says no. Okay. Okay. Approaching people. It's a big thing. It's about creating opportunities, right? Because if we have already exhausted our circles, and we have already exhausted our family, our friends, our customers that buy all the time, for instance, a 6-monther, her party host, if we've already exhausted that at the moment, because it's a temporary no, it's not a permanent no, then we have to start creating our own opportunities, right? Which means we have to come out of our shell, which means our shy weirdo, which means our introvert, which means our unpeople, which means our awkwardness, which means our don't know how to approach people has to get out of the way, because now we're coming through. Let's talk about it. First off, you have to be prepared. What do I mean being prepared? When you leave your house, are you geared with tools? I have my basket outside. Right by the door, before I leave, there's packets that are already made. If I'm going to Target, I grab a certain packet. If I'm going out in another area, I have a certain packet. If I'm going to dinner, I have a certain packet. You don't have to do all that. I'm just extra like that. When I go to Target, there's a packet that I have that says it was nice to meet you. I'll show you guys. I can upload later. Probably not tonight, though, because I have a training right after this. There's a packet that says, it was so nice to meet you today. I can't wait to hear back from you. And then there's another packet that's made that has same insert. The first one has like felt samples and wax samples, stuff like that. And the other one has samples of laundry. Here's what I do. When I know I'm going to Target, and I'm a drive up type of girl, like beep, beep, I'm here, bring my order out. When I know I have to get more customers that month, I get my happy tail out of the car and do some peopling that I don't want to be doing, but I have to, right? Because who knows who I'm going to come across. I go in the Target aisle. I go down the candle aisle, because we are candles. We are safer alternative to candles, because we melt fragrance wax with light bulbs instead of flame, right? So I'm hoping somebody's down that aisle that day. And if they are, I'm looking for a genuine compliment as soon as I see them. If I'm going to say, oh my God, girlfriend, your shoes are so cute. Make sure it's genuine and she's not wearing some holy shoes that, you're going to make her feel bad, like you're sarcastic or something. Just, oh my God, girlfriend, your shoes are so cute. Oh, thank you. I got them at Nordstrom. You know, us women like to see where we say where we get our stuff from. I got it from Nordstrom Rack. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to have to take a drive over there. Hey, I know you're here in the candle aisle, and you know what? I'm in the fragrance business, and I would love to get your feedback on some of my samples that I have. And I just so happen to have a sample here. If I can just hand you this bag, and if you don't mind, I'd like to follow up with you in a couple days after you have some time to look over the samples that are in there. Number one, people love samples. Number two, you made it to where you're having a natural conversation. You're not like, hey, have you tried Scentsy before? No. Have you heard of Scentsy before? No. Nobody wants to be probed. Just give them a compliment, give them a free goodie bag and stuff, right? Exactly, Elizabeth. We're not asking them to buy. We're asking them to feedback, because we want their contact. And we know they obviously love candles, because they're in the candle aisle. They're in this fragrance aisle, the Febreze aisle, whatever aisle it is. They're there. You know they like fragrance. So that's your in. Okay? Then you had, oh yeah, sure, let me give you my number. I would say 95% will give you their number. Some will be like, oh no, it's okay. No, thank you. And you're fine. You're not going to die. Your weirdo self is not going to die. My introvert self is not going to die. My non-people liking person is not going to die. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to say, okay, girlfriend, enjoy your day. Have a blessed Monday or whatever day it is, right? You might fumble over your words at first. It might feel a little awkward at first. You may be a little nervous at first. I get that, Brooke, but you can't do that in this business. Because your blessing cannot be given to somebody if your mouth is closed and if your head is down. You can't see. It's easy to go through life like that, right? It's easy to just mind your own business, and we should. But you know what I mean. It's easy to just get in, get out. But we're called so much more. We're called for so much more than that as human beings and in this business. You have to have your head up. You have to look around. You have to watch for that blessing. You have to watch for that opportunity to create yourself. It feels awkward, 100%. I'm with you. Do I wish I can just like telepathically send that message without having to talk to somebody? Absolutely. But that's not how this works. Okay? I get it. How about when you're at Starbucks and you're going through the drive-thru? You're in a hurry. Maybe you don't have time to get off to go to Target. You're in Starbucks in the freaking 30-minute line, right? The person takes your order in the drive-thru. You come up to the window. You have your packet ready. Being prepared, by the way, means having packets in your glove compartment, packets in your purse, packets in your gym bag, packets at your office, packets in your diaper bag, packets everywhere. There's at least 2 packets everywhere around me, in my purse, in my glove compartment, in my center console, in my gym bag, and everywhere. And they don't have to be elaborate. You get horrible anxiety and panic attacks whenever I go into a big store with lots of people. I get it. It's real, Pamela. And I said that earlier. I'm not going to discount it. Some people are on medication because anxiety is so bad, depression so bad, all of that. It's a real factor. However, I know that the only way through it is through it. And the only way to overcome is to do it. And then it won't be causing so much anxiety later, the next time. When I'm at Starbucks, I drive up to the window. She took my order already. And there's a line behind me, so I'm not trying to have a whole conversation with this woman, right? And I'm probably in a hurry going somewhere too. So here's your total. Okay, here's your coffee. Okay, great. Hey, you know what? You are so friendly, girlfriend. And I'm so pleased. I'm talking to the Starbucks girl right now. I'm so just excited about your service today, and I'm always looking for people just like you to be part of what we're doing. I'm in a fragrance business, and I would love to give you this packet. I know you're busy. I'm busy. I'm trying to get out of here. I know you're trying to get me out of here. I would love to give you this packet, and it has some information in there I would love for you to look over. If you could just give me your phone number, or what do I say? Oh, if I can just hand you this packet, I'll follow up with you in a couple days after you have time to look over the stuff, and I'll see what your thoughts are. Oh my gosh, really? Yes. Can I get, and they give me their number. A couple things are going to happen. They're going to ignore you, never respond back to you. Are you going to die? No, you're not going to die. You're not going to die. Number 2, they're going to be like, oh, I haven't had a chance to look over it, but thank you so much. I missed the text, let me tell you. Or 3, they're going to be like, you know what? I'm looking for something to do on the side along with school or whatever else she's doing. My follow-up text would be like, hey, this is Rihanna. I met you in the Starbucks drive-thru. I know you were so busy, but again, I was so happy with your service, and I need more people like you in my life. And hey, if you're interested, I would love to get your feedback. Did you have a chance to look through the packet yet? Okay, and then they're going to ignore you and you're not going to die. They're going to say, haven't had a chance, and you're not going to die. Or they're going to say, you know what, this has piqued my interest, and you're not going to die. So either way, you're not going to die, right? So that's what you have to think about. They literally, they couldn't accept samples. Okay, well then, girl, okay, bye. There's going to be always an exception, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work anywhere else. So always, always, always ask. That girl missed out. You're medicated for depression and anxiety, but you love people and talking. So yes, Rhonda, go out and talk to all the people. That's going to be your happy spot, girlfriend. You should be meeting new people all the time. I wish that was the case with me, like I thought I loved people. I really don't. Anyways, okay, so you're at a restaurant. We're talking about approaching people. We're talking about creating opportunity. We're spending a little bit more time on this because I'm going to ask you this next question after this. We're at a restaurant. I'm ready. In my purse, I have a scent circle with my information on it, and the same thing with my little tag on the front, you impressed me. It says that, you impressed me. So once dinner's over, I'm vibing with them, I'm talking with them, getting their personality to come out, right? Making them feel comfortable. So then they come to bring the check, we pay the check. They come to pick up the check, and I say, hey, Peter, because it doesn't have to be a woman. Hey, Peter, you know what? I was so impressed with you today. Like, you made this dining experience so good tonight. Me and my husband had such a great time tonight, and we know that was partially because of your service. And I would love to bless you on top of your monetary tip that we're going to give you. I have this gift that I want to give you. It has my information on it. I would love to follow up with you in a couple days to see what you feel about it, get your feedback on this fragrance. I'm in the fragrance business, but would just love some feedback from you. Oh my God, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Okay. So then I get his number, and then I follow up with him in a couple days. It's that simple, that pure, that easy. I know it sounds easier said than done, but it's not. Interacting with people should be a normal thing, but we've lost that because of social media. We don't know how to interact in person. We got to get that back. Jesus, we need that back. I'm all, please, Lord, bring that back. Yes, it's awkward, Brooke, 100%. Can they say no? Yes. Are you going to die? No. You need their number because you're just giving them your information. That's called an empty lead, and you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your oxygen, you're wasting all the stuff. It's a big waste. Might somebody call you 1 out of 10? Yes. But they're throwing that thing in their bag and they're forgetting about you until they get a whiff, and then they're going to tear it off, and then they're going to put it on the scent circle on their mirror, and they're going to throw the stuff on there with your contact information away. We have to capitalize on that. And it feels awkward and it feels weird. I don't call anybody because I don't like to be called. So I text people, Reagan. If somebody calls me, I will straight watch the phone ring and ring and ring until it's done. Then I will text them and say, hey, you called? I don't like to talk to people on the phone. I just don't. Unless it's an emergency. And I'm just being honest. I will text because I know majority of the people don't like to be on the phone either. And if they say, oh, can you call me? Then I'll be like, then I'll call them. But yeah. Starbucks, restaurant, your nail shop. The other day I went to go get my nails done, and I took about 16 scent circles because our nail salon is always busy. I walked in. I'm like, hey, Nick, do you mind if I give these out to your customers? Oh, no, go ahead, honey. Go for it. All the scent circles with my sticker. These are the only type of empty leads that I ever do. Okay, because they're still empty leads. I got them for free, so I'm like, okay, I got some room. I go up to these people getting their manicure, enjoying their day, right? And I'm just like, hey, I just want to give this to you. It's a blessing. It's my business. My information's on there if you have any questions. And then I walk away. I'm not trying to talk to them while they're getting their pedicure. I'm not trying to talk to them while they're enjoying their manicure, whatever. No. Here, I'm just going to place this right here. This is a blessing for me. My information's on there. Go make your car smell good. It's fun. It's easy. It's light. People look at me like, sometimes, yeah, but best believe they put that sucker in their car, right? And I've gotten, I would say the 3 times that I've done that so far, I've gotten sales out of so say I give 15 scent circles out, right? I've got 3 sales and I got 3 new customers because I created that opportunity. When you're at the car wash, take some scent circles, put on the Ditch the Tree, contact me or whatever. No Mercedes because I never do it without asking. And I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm giving it to them for free. But no, I will never do that without asking. That's ugly. I don't like that. When you go to the car wash, you're ready with circles. When you go to the market, when you go to the market for the cashier, for the bus boys, when you go to your kid's school, if you are saying, I don't know people, this is my next question. What does your PRV look like? I got to hurry up and wrap this up soon. What does your PRV look like? If you are not having consistent PRV over $500, you really have no business trying to recruit right now. Because, I'm sorry, Reagan. Sorry, Becca, if this kind of ruffles a little feathers in here. If you are not getting 500 PRV, then everybody that you have on your team, you're not getting paid on, so it's like they don't exist. Consistent 500 PRV is a must for a leader. And if you don't have consistent 500 PRV plus and you're saying you're struggling, that's why. That's why you're struggling, is because you're not talking to enough people. You're not getting enough sales to be able to be constantly talking to new people about joining Scentsy. You burned out your customer base. Now you're like barely hitting 200. That means you're not talking to enough people. You don't have to have way consistent like 5,000, 6,000 PRV. But I would say at least 1,000, at least 500. I would say at least 500. That's like the bottom right there. To have enough of a pool to pull from, like just, swimming pool, to pull from to get new teamies. If you are struggling, and you've done everything that you can possibly do, some of the things I'll talk about right now, quickly, then you need to go back and look at your sales. You can't beat a dead horse. Your customers, your consistent circle might be trying to tell you like, okay, already, you ask me every week. I don't want to join yet, right? Get out of your house. Talk to the delivery guy if you can't leave your house, like DoorDash, Pizza Hut, Domino's, whatever you got. Your mailman, your UPS guy, your FedEx. They have wives, they have girlfriends, they have, it doesn't have to just be them. They have a job at FedEx. They're probably happy. They're not looking for a side hustle. Well, maybe babe is, maybe wifey is, right? When you leave your house, leave prepared and leave with a responsibility on your shoulders that there's people out there that need your blessing. Overcome objections when people tell you no. I'm not going to elaborate too much on this. If they tell you they're not a salesperson, good. We don't want salespeople. We want people that just love the product and want to share it and talk about it. That's what we do. If they say, I don't know too many people, okay, well, that's fine. You have friends, you have family, and they have friends, and they have family, and all you got to do is share on social media. All you got to do is share your love for it and ask them to share their love for it on their social media, and then your customer base will grow. If they say I'm too busy, I don't have time, this is my favorite one, by the way. I say, okay, let me ask you something. Do you foresee your schedule changing within the next 6 months, that you're too busy? No, probably not. Okay, good. Not good, but I'm glad they said that. If they say, I'm too busy to add something else, I don't have no time, and I say nothing's going to change in 6 months, okay, well, are you happy with that? Are you happy that your life is going to be too busy and so busy that you have no time to do something that's going to free up your time in the future? Are you okay with living the rest of your life being too busy? And it might not even be the rest of their life. It may be just a season because kids are in football and sports and all the stuff. And most of them be like, I never thought about it like that. And most people don't because they don't have time to think about it like that. And that's where we come in. We cannot just take the no for a no because sometimes they're saying no ignorantly because they don't know how to overcome that no and there seems no other way. There is a way. Yes, it might take a few late night hours, but guess what, girlfriend? Those late night hours will turn into freeing up, having to leave 5 days out of the week to work. Maybe now they only have to do 4 days. Maybe now they can cut it down to 3 days. And they're freeing up their schedule. Oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to go get my nails done. Okay. So you're okay with that. And most of them will be like, it's a good objection. Make sure that we are offering the opportunity every single chance we get. I should be a counselor. Pamela, that's funny. We wouldn't want that. I'd probably hurt some feelings. Via email. We should be using MailChimp. We should be using Canva. We should be using the Workstation. We should be using all of these free resources to reach out to our customers. If you're not getting your customers' email, you need to go back and do that like tonight or tomorrow and start getting these emails, guys. Snail mail. You don't have to send elaborate happy mail. You can send a handwritten note with a scent circle or a handwritten note with some felt samples that are flat, that slap a forever stamp on there, and that sucker's gone. You're right, Reagan. People either love me or hate me, and I'm okay with either. So your social media, we should be posting on social media every day. And I'm not talking about Scentsy sales and flyers and all the stuff. You let people in your life show when you're out having dinner with your husband. Show when you're out at the park with your kids. People want to feel the real you. It's not just about Scentsy. Remember, we're in the people business. We have to touch people's interests. Oh, she goes to the park with her kids and she lives in Whittier. Oh, look at her making time to do that coffee date with her girlfriend. I can do that. Every order you get should have some type of seed to be planted. I think I've shown you guys these. Showned is not a word. Let me see if I have it right here. Hold on. Yes, I do. Okay. Every single order, I don't care if they've ordered from me 4 times that week, they're getting this puppy. And on here, it'll have my, right, on this I don't have my family picture, on this has my QR code. Every single order tells them how much they would have made on that sale if they would have purchased it from themselves. They might throw these away. Shoot, I gotta hurry. They might throw these away and be like, oh, okay, $2, okay, $6, okay, $18, okay, $20, okay, $17. Then they're gonna be like, wait, as many as I got, I would have made like $200 this month. Yeah, girlfriend. And then every 6 months, I write them a check like this, a fake check, and I say, this is how much you would have made if you would have been a consultant for the past 6 months. Sometimes I'll do it 3 months, every 3 months. And they're like, oh my God, Rihanna. And I'm like, I know. I'm trying to tell you. Every single order needs to have a seed, whether it gets, harvested at that moment or it gets it's still in ground. Give yourself a shot. Give yourself the opportunity. Recruiting, I'm going to end with this because I have to hurry up and get on my group page because we have Melissa Gratz coming on to come and chat with us. Recruiting is not about you. Does it bless your life in the end? Yes, it does. Remove anxiousness, remove fear, remove anxiety, remove weirdo, remove introvert, and make it about somebody else. Create your own opportunities because nobody's going to do it for you. Fall in love with blessing other people and fall in love with being consistent every time you leave the house. Fall in love with being consistent every time you pack an order. Fall in love with being consistent with your emails and your texts and your follow-up. If you have people in your arsenal right now that you haven't followed up with, I suggest go do it tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Oh, I haven't been consistent. I suck. No, you don't suck. You just need to have your discipline in place and get and hold yourself accountable. How many promises do you break to yourself? I know we don't break a lot of promises to other people. I hope we don't because that's bad character. You should not be breaking promises to yourself either. If you say you have a dream, you say you want to bless people, you say you want to earn this incentive trip, we still have 2.5 months to go and you can do it. Why are you breaking a promise to yourself? You're worth a lot more than that. But it's got to be you intentionally wanting to bless people and focused purely when you leave that house on blessing people. This is your story. You write your own ending. You want to be a victim? Be a victim. You want to be a victor? Be a victor. You can't be both. Poor me. Oh, I'm winning. That doesn't work. It's either poor me or yes, I am winning. You choose. I love you guys. I have to head out. Look, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will probably upload this stuff tomorrow, Reagan and Becca, because I have to jump on, and then after that, it's family night. Probably watch a movie or something. But I'm so blessed to be here with you guys tonight, and thank you for allowing me to be here and take up an hour of your life. But I do hope it was beneficial, and I hope you guys got something out of it. And if you have any questions, comment here, and I'll go back and look. But until then, enjoy your night. Happy Monday, guys. Bye.